have been attending Unilife Masterclass for 3 good months, I repeat, if you have been in the School of the Essence and you have been attending Unilife Masterclass for good 3 months and nothing happened in you and through you, do me a favor and exit. Do you hear me now? I'm very, very audacious about it. If you have been consistent in what we do here in the School of the Essence, and for good 3 months, there's nothing to write home about. There's no a transformational change in you. I dare you to leave. Okay? What we have here is a system at work, and it transforms you from the inside out. If only you can work by the prescribed order that the system has already provided for you. Okay? So welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Unilife Masterclass, and I believe you all are ready to learn, and I believe that you all have your pen and also your ears, of course. So please, tonight is special, and there will be assignments. Yes, there will be assignments that will be sent to every one of you, probably in a general group. If you don't get it in your DM, you get it in general announcements in our community. Please pay attention so that when you see the assignment, you can be able to answer. Okay? It's very important because we are not here to joke. We are here to make you become the best version of yourself. You are here to be refined. So this is not the time to go and be cooking indomie. This is not the time to get distracted. If your television is on or you are in a place that is being distracted, please walk away from there. This is live business and you ought to take it very serious. Okay, so tonight is an amazing night, and I hope you all are ready. So if you're ready, I want to see your best and wonderful emojis. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Amazing, amazing, amazing. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. That's indeed show that you all are ready for tonight. You all are ready to receive. And please, whatever you are learning tonight, make sure you apply it into your life. Don't just be a hearer, not a doer. That's why it's good to write down your point. What stood out for you? How you are going to implement what you have learned tonight. Okay? See, learning, let me tell you, learning requires humility. Okay? Learning requires humility. And when you are learning, you are growing. And when you are not growing, you are dying. I don't actually mean physical death, actually, but you're lacking behind. Anything that is not growing is dying. So make up your mind to be a student of knowledge, to submit yourself when you come to an atmosphere like this, because there's a lot of impact. The world is waiting for you. You are just like an untrained soldier right now, some of you. Some of you are just like an untrained soldier. But we are in the training field right now for you to be trained and equipped with the necessary tools for you to win the war of life. Okay? Life is not a fun fair. The life you see is not a fun fair. It's a warfare, not a fun fair. It's a warfare. So you need to be equipped spiritually, mentally, psychologically. You need to be equipped to be able to withstand the storms of life and conquer it. Okay? So tonight we are ready, okay, to receive. So I want us to, it allows innovation through your emojis, of course. Let's welcome our dear mentor, who is going to be taking us on another journey of transformation tonight. If you have been under his teaching, I trust that something might have triggered inside you. A seed has been sown inside you and is germinating. He's our wonderful coach, and we love him so much. And tonight he's going to be taking us on the theme of tonight's class, building the regimen for personal development. You see, personal development. Your personal development is very, very important. Don't joke with it. School doesn't teach you how to become the best version of yourself. Okay? There's no curriculum in the school system that teaches you how to be the best version of yourself. That's why you shouldn't be joking here. Okay? Be serious and don't get distracted. So help me as I welcome our dear mentor, Sir Lawrence Oguejiofor, as he takes us to a beautiful drive tonight. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Benjamin. Thank you, everyone, for the emojis, the preparations, the readiness to learn, to receive, to grow, to expand, to build capacity, to just be the best version of ourselves. I'm super excited to be guiding us tonight through the slides. I need you to understand that you are in versions, and this version of you is crying for the next version to come take over. Please allow that call to be established. This version of you is tired. It want to go and rest. Okay, so you have to be understanding enough to create that environment for the next version of you to take over while you go to rest. Why this version? I mean, go to rest. All right. So that call is coming into our spirit soul every now and then. But most people have not really accepted the response. Answer the call. Let this version of you go to rest. Okay? Why the superior version of you comes on stage and then you will enter into a rest. Yes. So you're welcome. Good evening. Today is the first day of May. So I want to again lend my voice to say Happy New Month to everyone and Happy Workers' Day. It is those who work that should be celebrated. If you have not been working on yourself these days, just like every other day, but I know we have been working on ourselves, so we deserve the Happy Workers' Day. So it's my wishes to us that we receive vitality, strength, and keep walking in Jesus' name. Amen. So you're welcome, right? My name is Lawrence Oguejiofor. We'll be discussing on building regimen for personal development. And I need you to understand that the biggest business now is the business of personal development because you are not going to attract who you are or what you want. I mean, you are going to attract who you are. So if you are not constantly evolving, you're not going to attract what is evolving. If you don't develop, you won't attract development. So you need to understand that we don't attract what we want or what we desire. We attract who we are. It is why personal development is something everybody should be into right now. Constantly developing yourself. You whether you like it or not. This version, no matter how good this version is, you are celebrating. It's not the best though. Even myself, I keep tasking myself every now and then to step into a superior version because when I stepped out, each time I step out, I meet opportunities that are calling for the superior version of me. Opportunities are out there, littered, but most people don't have what it takes to maximize those opportunities. And you keep praying. Your prayer point is the answer to your prayer point is the superior version of you. It's not God. God is not going to throw anything from heaven to you. The moment you develop capacity for the next big phase, you're going to attract the next big opportunity. So tonight we're going to be looking at the method for transformation in leadership, in business, and in career. How do you build transformation? How do you get into transformation, both in leadership? And of course, leadership is not a title. You've heard me again and again echo that here. If you need title to become a leader, then you're a weak leader. So what leadership is entailing at this point is that you become a leading lawyer, a leading doctor, surveyor, a leading entrepreneur, a leading baker, a leading writer, a leading speaker, a leading tech survey, a leading manager, a leading electrical engineer, a leading electronics engineer, leading computer engineer, whatever field you are, you should be a leader. Be a leader in your field. That is leadership. Leadership is not occupying a title, sitting in Aso Rock, or bearing His Excellency and all of that. No, is showing excellence in what you are doing. That is leadership. Leadership is not bearing the title of excellency. Leadership is showing excellence in what you are doing. I would need that down, and I will need to work on that. Divine, please put that down and send it to me later. All right. The leadership is not bearing the title of His Excellency or bearing the title of excellency. Leadership is proving excellence in your work, because, of course, your worth is who you are. Your worth is who you are. So I need us to understand that. And then business is not also having a shop. Oh God, tonight will change your life forever. I'm so excited for somebody. Business is not just having a shop, just saying, okay, I'm a businessman. As a matter of fact, I have challenged all my mentees. I told them, even though you are in school, you are not student is not your occupation. You must have a value you are providing, a service you are providing, even as a student. So if they ask you what's your occupation, you mention that value you're providing as your occupation. Okay. So when you say students, student is not an occupation, except maybe they want to give scholarship. Then you just have to step down and get the scholarship as a student. You know what I'm saying? Except the opportunities for students, and you need that title to get the opportunity. That's fine. But in real sense, introduction of you, of yourself, student is not an occupation. So we're going to be discussing building regimen for um, personal development, and of course, you know that personal development is superior to um, corporate, or sorry, with is superior to course and curriculum development. So those of you who are in the higher institution of learning, and those of you who are done with your school, you need to understand that where curriculum development ends is where personal development shows forth. So whether you're at secondary school, you're in primary school, you are in the university, all of those stuffs are curriculum learning system. And that learning system is not as superior as personal development. So personal development for me is superior to any form of learning. Why do I say so? Personal development gives you the flexibility to develop the muscle that you desire to develop. Curriculum gives you the leverage to develop your brain or in a particular field. So we're going to be looking at how to build regimen for personal development. Those of you who want to become exceptional in that which you are doing, you need to follow me tonight. I need you to also awake. Life is too short. Life is too short. Every now and then in School of the Essence, you're going to be seeing this quote, right? And this is also a repeated, often enough to be a cliche. People are saying it every now and then, but this time it is true. You don't have enough time to be both unhappy and mediocre. It is not just it is not just pointless, it is painful. It is painful to be a mediocre at the same time unhappy. If you're unhappy and you're excellent, it's all right, because very soon you enter into joy. But if you are a mediocre and you're unhappy, we can't help you. It's painful. It's painful. It's painful. So it is a call to get us awakened so we can subscribe into something substantial. in life and in destiny. Okay, so let me ask someone who is following or who has gone ahead of us to study. When we talk of regimen, what do we mean? Who wants to speak to us? Regimen. What comes to your mind when you hear regimen? Yes, this is school. You heard when Mr. Benjamin was telling us that we have assignment. Those assignments are life applicable assignment that makes the learning applicable for you. It's not something you submit so that you have grade. But then if you don't submit also is recorded. If you submit it's recorded and there are rewards for all of those records. This school of the essence. It's not one of those random online platform where people just come learn and know. We teach constructively here so that you can become what we are training on. We become the lesson. We don't just load ourselves with information and go. No, we become the lesson. That is the essence of School of the Essence. All right. So who wants to any hand? Okay. All right. I can't find any hand up. So let me just get in my slide. So when we talk about regimen, we are talking about a structured, intentional daily system that cultivates growth. All right. And you need to understand, for those of you who are writing, you can write that regimen is the intentional and consistent structure to build into your daily life, also to align your action with your purpose. I'm not speaking from my slide now. I'm trying to explain what a structured, intentional daily system that cultivate growth means. Regimen, in short, is a structured, intentional daily system that cultivates growth. So, any and every structured, intentional daily system you apply to cultivate growth is regimen. And then I want to also put voice to that regimen is actually intentional and consistent. Is a structure that is intentional and consistent. You build it into your daily life to align your action with your purpose. You actually build it into your daily life. It's something that you have your daily life already. Okay, your daily life is something that you have already. It's not something you are going to be importing, and all of that is already there. But then when you are now discussing regimen, you are saying that there are some sets or there are some actions and practice that I have to build into my daily life so it can align to my actions with my purpose. It is not just a routine. Okay, it's not just a routine, it is a lifestyle of transformation. It is the engine of personal transformation. So when we talk about regimen, we are discussing about the engine of personal transformation. The engine of personal transformation. If you are in a personal transformation journey and you don't have a regimen or you don't use regimen, you cannot succeed. And this is some of the reasons why most people are not getting as much result in their GPR, because it is not a regimen. It is not regimented. Okay. So there's a quote by Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln said, discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Choosing between what you want now and what you want most. That's discipline. So if you say, okay, that you are disciplined, we can see your discipline in your choices. What do you want now and what do you want most? For instance, you wake up in the morning and you just feel like pressing your phone, going through your WhatsApp or your Facebook post to see your likes, your comments, and all of that. And that is what you want now. And then you know that what you want most, what your life needs most, is to get into switch into your GPR, get into prayers, get into meditation, and all of that. The proof that you are disciplined is that you postpone what you want now for what you want most. If your life has not gotten to that point where you can postpone what you want now for what you want most, you are indisciplined. That is the number one indicator or indices for indiscipline. The inability to postpone what you want now and what you want most. So a disciplined person is someone who understands the difference between what I want now and what I want most. It is time to sit down and do a 40 minute or a 30 minute or a 20-minute reading, and then a friend comes to your house to gist. That ability to tell your friend, please, this is my reading time, because it is regimented. You have already structured your day. You are intentional with your daily system because it cultivates your growth. And you have the boldness and the ability to postpone what is available now for what must be. Then you are serious. Until you get to that point, you can't say you are applying regimen to what you are doing. So most of us do GPR system, but we don't do it with regimen. Is one of the reasons why we are swindling and we are not getting the result. I will further explain this regimen something uh while we move into our slide. Now we need to understand why regimen matters. Why does it why does it why is it even important? Well, why must it be in a regimented form? Because of course, let me even explain something now. I shouldn't even postpone it. It is regimen because number one, it is structured. When you are talking about a structure, you want to build a house. That is a structure. You don't lay blocks where you have not laid foundation. You don't lay blocks where you have not laid foundation. So the beginning of structure construction is that you put structural indices to what you are doing. Imagine you want to put zinc where you have not, you want to do roofing where you have not laid the building. It's not going to work. There is serial consistency in that approach. That is why it is called regimen. So when we are talking about regimen, we are saying that there is a structure to how you do your GPR. That you know that you are waking up 5 a.m. for instance, which I don't even apply late. But let me give you an instance that you're waking up 5 a.m. depending those of you who sleeps very late and all of that, but it's actually wrong. 5 a.m. is wrong for this age. All right. So, but let's go. I don't know your night schedules and all of that. So I'm going to be fair. Let's say you're waking 5 a.m. Regimen is that your wake up time is 5 a.m. That you don't do 5 a.m. today, you do 6 a.m. tomorrow, you do 7 a.m. tomorrow, depending on how you feel like waking. That is not regimen. So tonight's class is to reconstruct our mind and bring our mind back to that system. Wish all of the GPR um, practitioner, the ritualist. I wish all of them in class tonight. One of the reasons why most GPR most ritualists suffer is simply because they don't use regimen to their work. They don't use regimen. So you wake up 5 o'clock today, tomorrow you wake up 4 o'clock, next tomorrow you wake up, and all of that. It doesn't give you that discipline. It doesn't give you that discipline. See, there is power in intentional daily system. If you eat in a certain time for a long time, when that time comes, even when you are not hungry, you feel like eating. That is what regimen does. So when you put regimen to even your feeding, that particular time comes, you just want to put something in your stomach. It's regimen. But when you just eat at random, you can even eat more than you should eat for the day. And that's a problem. So if you must understand the way growth happens in a ritualistic manner. That is why the sun comes out at a particular time. The what's it called now? The moon comes out at a particular time. Every time you are saying day is breaking, day breaks at a particular time. God's management system works with regimen. He regimented everything he created and went back. God is not on earth to determine if the day should break by 6 or by 7. He has regimented them and he has come back. That is leadership. So if you want to prove discipline, what you must first begin to do is to start tracking your event and put a structure to it. Otherwise, you are going to lose track with what you are doing sometimes. I understand that every day does not hold the same value and activities for you. It's why you must put regiments on things within the time that you have 100% authority over. For instance, some of us who are still with, maybe we are staying with our parents or with um, you are in school and all of that, you can't be regimenting your very important growth program within times when you have work to do or lectures. It's not going to work because your lecturer can even influence that time. So it is now wisdom to regiment the things that matters to you in the time that you have 100% right over. Nobody is going to wake you by 4 a.m. and say, come to lectures. Nobody is going to wake you at 4 a.m. and say, go to work. Nobody's going to wake you up. So, but then our problem is we want to share the time that we use for many other things to do the things that matters most to our growth and development. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. So the proof that you are someone who uses the regiment system is that you sustain the ability to use systems and you are intentional. You are intentional with what you are doing. You know that this thing is not just a routine, is a life, is a lifestyle. Just a minute. Is a lifestyle. It's not just a routine. And it is very important that we bring our understanding to that place so we can both make progress in our systems of growth and development. Please, I beg you in God's name, use regimen for your approach to growth and development. Use regimen. God that uses regimen is resting. If you use regimen, you will rest. He knows when rain should come. You now, you know when it is rainy season. It's why when you are planning your wedding or your events that are outdoor driven, you don't fix them during rainy season. Why? Because you already know that so time to so time is unpredictable with rain. With so time, everywhere is dry. Do you understand? It's regiment. And growth is inevitable with a regimented system. So I needed to pound that before I move forward. All right. So why is it necessary when we talk about regimen? Why is it necessary? Right. Number one is it builds consistency. There are three C's that happens with a person or a system that is regimented, that applies regimen. Three things, three C's. Number one is consistency. Number two is clarity. Number three is control. Okay, so if you use regimen within your works and operation, number one is you will see consistency with what you are doing. Most people who don't use regimen are not consistent. The reason why you complain that you are suffering from inconsistency is because you have not applied regimen to what you are doing. You have not regimented it. You have not set a periodic time that are constant to what you are doing. When you make consistency and application to what you are doing becomes automatic. Automatic. It's called automated system. You have successfully automated that system to flow. Regimen. Number two C is clarity. You know what you are doing and you know what the impact that what you are doing is having on you. Is the power of regimen. So when you use regimen, what happens is that you are 100% in control of what is going on with you per time. So I want to really encourage us to practice, apply regimen to what we are doing so that we can, number one, be consistent, number two, enjoy clarity, and then number three, be in control. Number two reason why regimen is important is number two reason is it actually enhances focus, discipline, leadership, and personal power. See, you don't understand what I wish all of you that are accountability partner, you must insist that everyone who you are holding accountable listen to this. This is the solution to the problem of uh, I, 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 I I am struggling with my GPR. This is the problem. This is the solution. I went deep down to start searching. How can we solve this problem once and for all? This is it. As simple as what we are sharing tonight. Now, it does not even apply to GPR alone, even other part of your lives. We must know that whatever we are doing in School of the Essence is applicable to real life challenges and it provides solution to them. This solves problem generally with inconsistency problem, with clarity problem, and with focus problem. All right. Okay, so it enhances focus. What is focus? Focus is ability to put your attention on a thing. So let me give you an instance. For instance, you want to write a book or you want to design a program, and you are intentional with setting a particular day of the a particular time in a day for 1 week to write maybe 30 minutes. If you do that every day for 7 days, after 7 days, you will definitely see what that focus has produced. Regimen. It is regimen that we do in speed reading. One of the skills in speed reading is regimen, that you set a particular time every day that you give yourself to read it. That is how you can finish a book cover to cover. That is how you can finish a book cover to cover. It's funny again. Cover to cover, right? So it is very important that we have that understanding. Regimen works. It enhances your focus. It enhances your focus. Number two is that it improves on your discipline. Regimen improves on your discipline. Your discipline is your ability to stay on what is most important to you. Ability to stay on what is most important to you. Just a minute, please. All right, sorry, I needed to just address something. Okay, so it is very important that you understand that it also improves your leadership. Your leadership is ability to drive change and influence systems, right? Ability to drive change and influence system. That is leadership. If you are not someone who understands regimen, you can't really promote anything. You can't be valuable enough that we can say, without you now, this thing like this will not try. So I need us to understand that these things are systems that must be put to place. That must be put to place. Regimen shapes our mindset. Regimen shapes our character. Regimen shapes our capacity. And regimen shapes our daily productivity. Right? That is what it does. It shapes our character, it shapes our mindset, it shapes our capacity, and of course our daily productivity. Please, I need somebody to verify. Are you following me and are you learning? If not, let me slow down a bit. Are we together? Are we making progress?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. So we need to understand that this is what makes what we are doing exceptional. This is what makes what we are doing exceptional in School of the Essence. This is that secret, guys. I have used this secret for many years now, and it has worked for me. Just put whatever you want to achieve into a system and fix a particular time of the day. That is what ritualists do. If ritualists are to wake up by 12 for a ritual, they will not wake up by 1 for that ritual. Otherwise, the gods will be angry with them. I beg your pardon. But I'm just saying, I hope that you understand what I'm saying. And those of you who are Nollywood guys, you should know that I'm very correct with what I'm saying. Okay, so it's that serious. We have to be that intentional, right? If you don't use regimen, you are going to be limited with your progress. Okay, so what are the benefits before we get into discussing some very well-meaning, having some very serious conversation around this? What are the benefits when we talk about regimen? What are some of the benefits? All right. Spiritual stability. Now, you can't do leadership if you are not spiritual, because leadership is beyond management. Management is your ability to multiply the effect of what you have been given. But leadership is your ability to command influence in what you have been given. So leadership is influence. Leadership is influence. And spiritual stability is at the height of leadership. That you should be able to guide people. You should be able to help people see the future, be visionary. It takes the eyes that is beyond these naked eyes to see the future. So vision is seeing beyond your naked eye. So you have to be a visionary for you to be called a leader. You must see ahead, right? And it takes a lot of spiritual stability. And that is why part of your rituals, you must have to pray, you must have to meditate, you must have to visualize. It has a way of strengthening your spiritual capacity, giving you edge to be able to deliver results as a spiritual person. And number two is mental clarity. Mental clarity is your ability to interpret realities, your ability to solve problems, your ability to provide solution um, to conversation, your ability to engage in conversation productively, your ability to provide value, right, and contribute to value chain. That is mental clarity, and you get that from reading. You get that from reading. Emotional resilience. Emotional resilience is your ability to control your emotion and the emotion of others, right? Now, that is one of the missing link in this dispensation. Most people are not emotionally intelligent. They are not emotionally sensitive. So you need to understand that emotional resilience is that strength in your inner man to be able to respond to situation, not based on how it comes to you, but based on the reality. Based on the reality. That's emotional resilience. And then we're talking about physical health. That is where your exercise comes in, where you give yourself to exercising and all of that. Then financial discipline. If you are not a leader, you are not financially disciplined. Now, in financial discipline, the kind of books you read helps your finances, right? And all of that. Then purpose driven living. The entire GPR helps you do purpose driven living. Yes, it helps you live a purpose driven life and all of that. So I want to encourage every one of us to regiment everything that is important to us. If your studies is important to you, regiment it. Have a fixed study time. If your writing is important to you, regiment it. Whatever it is that is important to you, regiment it. So the purpose applies to GPR. It applies to GPR. And those of you who don't know what GPR is, I want to really, I was speaking to Sonia Mwabweze. She has not started her GPR. Uh, she's connecting from Lagos and have not started her GPR. So I'm using Sonia as a reference to every other person who have not started GPR. Please, you need to be part. You need to be part of GPR. GPR is Groom Programmer Rituals, and it is a set of rituals that we do daily, right? Um, if you are set to start your GPR, even if you have started and something happened, you got you slacked, I need you to understand that you can be helped. You can start afresh, and accountability partners can help you with all of that. Okay. So, number one ritual is prayer. Number two is reading. Number three is organizing. And organizing involves goal setting and journaling, where you write, set goals, you also journal. Number four is graphs. Graphs is visualization. Okay. Number five is recreation. That is physical exercise. Number six is affirmation. Number seven is meditation. Number eight is act of kindness. So we do this thing on a daily basis to build leadership, to build capacity, to build this tenacity to become excellent in life. When we talk about personal growth, growth is not automatic. This is what makes you grow. Just by giving yourself to these daily rituals, you become an exceptional individual. All right. So I need you to understand that you have to regiment your GPR. Otherwise, you will have issue. Yes, you will have issue. Maybe I will just show us from the book how to get into that, how to just regiment our GPR. Let me show us a sample daily regimen of GPR. I'll have to distract us a bit stop presenting, and then present with another window, entire screen, just just a minute, just a minute, guys. Okay, can you see better? Can you see my screen better now? I need a feedback. I'm not seeing the charts. Nobody is talking to me. Can you see the screen more better now?
Yes, sir. We can see the screen, sir.
Okay, thank you. So this is a sample of a regimen. Let's say now I wrote in the book. Those of you who make sure you read this book, GPR Guide. Okay. Um, I wrote notes. This GPR system is not compulsory. What I'm about showing you is not compulsory. It's not a compulsory system. You don't have to adopt it if you already have a workable time frame or can do better than the stipulated time frame in this model. This is just a model. It's a sample. Now, this model is for beginners and it can be structured into your time frame and time zone based on your growth level, but ensure it is for better performance and not to reduce the standard. So, for instance, you can regimen your prayer. For those of you who wake 5, you can do from 5 to 5:30 prayer. And the description say you start the day with gratitude, spiritual reflection, and intention setting. So you go to God in prayer, you pray. Use like 30 minutes if you can. If you I mean minimum 30 minutes. What is if you can? So you have to pray 30 minutes minimum. If you're praying less than 30 minutes, you're not serious. So we need to talk. Something is responsible. Then you regimen your meditation 5:30 to 5:40. You can use 4, you can use 3, depending on what works for you, like the hours now. Now, reading, you can do 5:40 to 6:10. That is 30 minutes. So you read books or article or spiritual text to expand knowledge and mindset. Okay. And then next is organizing, which is goal setting and journaling. You can do 10 minutes. 10 minutes journaling. Sorry, I have to admit somebody. 10-minute journaling, and then 10 minutes um, goal setting, right? That's 20 minutes. And then grasp, 10 minutes, visualization, 10 minutes, uh, recreation, 15 minutes. You are not carrying gym, you are not doing anything serious. Maybe once in a week, you can do, those of you who are doing trekking, at least you cover, let's say, um, 6 kilometers. Do 6 kilometers every morning, 15, 20, 30 minutes. You should be done with that. And then what's it called now? Affirmation, 10 minutes. You speak. You see, these things are not very cumbersome, but most of us make it look very big and all of that. And then what else? Act of kindness, 10 minutes. You already program what you want to do in your mind. Papa, 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 you've done it. Except for those of us who are doing it like a lifestyle, then you just do it all of the, and that is fine, right? That's fine. That is why your report can also come in the evening. But these things, if you can regiment your time for it, you can do it at once. Then within 7:15 a.m. and 7:30, your personal preparation to engage your day. Get ready for the day with a strong and positive mindset. Don't start your day anyhow. This programmer ritual is designed to start your day. That's the goal. Some of you carry it into afternoon, you start doing it. You now start your day as a weakling, then you want to look for strength to do GPR. How does it work? GPR is what gives you the energy and motivation to drive your day. So when you don't know this, you struggle. Do you understand? So this is just a sample and is in the book. The book is free. You don't have to pay for it. It's free. So you can make requests or they are going to drop the book on the platform later so that we can just download or the link will be sent so we can have a copy. All right. So I'm only saying all of this to say tonight that this sample can work for you. It can work for you. If 5 to 7 20 is too late, then you can do 6. Sorry, you can do 4. You can do 4. Use 1 hour and then do something that works for you. But please, what's the goal? Don't scatter your GPR. Don't scatter it. Put it on a regimen. It has a way of making your mind just adapt to it, and your spirit will adopt it as a lifestyle. If you do that for 21 days, it's going to be a lifestyle. But when you scatter it, you will struggle all through. Do you see that now? You will struggle all through. If you scatter it, you struggle all through. So it is very important that we see how these things work so that our lives can become better. Now, this does not apply to just GPR. This is to everything that matters in our lives and in our personal development. The things that matters most to you in your life. It is time to put regimen to it. Don't just do things randomly. You're not going to develop. You're not going to be best, right? Just put a system, a structure that helps you stay consistent to it. Now, what are the barriers to reachment? Number one is procrastination. Procrastination is I will do it later. I will do it later. When you keep saying I will do it later, you are you are making the risk and you are expanding the chances of not doing it at all. So you must understand that procrastination is dangerous. So when the thought of I will do it later comes, you have to say no. The best time to do this is now. The second best time to do it is now. If I don't do it now, I will not do it again. I used to tell myself the best time to do a thing is yesterday. Today is getting late and tomorrow is impossible. So I don't like procrastinating. Procrastination is dangerous. Number two, lack of structure. When you don't have a structure, regimen becomes difficult. For instance, you are doing GPR without a structure. It becomes difficult, right? So we must understand that you have to give structure to what you are doing. This is personal development we are talking about. Even school have timetable. Why will your life not have timetable? The school you went to, 8 o'clock lecture, 8:45 next lecture, 9:15 another lecture. Like that, there is a structure. Why? It has a way of helping your mind to learn. But you want to do it whenever you are free. It's one of the reasons why it doesn't work. You don't do it whenever you are free. You do it based on the time. Remember that our quote at the beginning. Let me try to just take us back there again. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. So putting a structure to it is saying that this is what my life needs most. So whatever is coming for the now can wait so that what you need most can be attended to. So it is very important we understand it from that light so that we can make tremendous progress in that which we are doing. Are we following? Number three is late night. Another barrier to this to regimen is late night. Most times we spend our night because it's night. You think that since I don't have anything doing that is worth the time, let me just chill and all of that. And then you see movie and then you sleep. If you sleep that way, you are going to wake up tired because you have choked your brain with screen time, and then a lot of things are going into your subconscious. Waking up, you don't even have the rest and refreshing. Some of us we see movie into the morning. You are killing yourself. You don't know what you are doing to yourself. It's a way to kill your personal development program. If you are doing GPR system, listen, even your entertainment should be regimented. Don't leave entertainment open and then you go into Facebook whenever you want, you go into WhatsApp whenever you want, you go into Instagram wherever you want. You can stroll in whenever you want, and strolling out will become impossible. So you watch your late nights. Things that should not keep you awake should not keep you awake. Otherwise, things that should keep you growing will suffer. because things that keeps you growing need fertilizer to keep you growing, and your late night contributes to it. One day I'm going to teach us about the three most important energy: the alpha, the alpha, the data, and the beta. These things are rays. One of these days I'll teach you on how it improves on our brain. And most times our activities is what contribute largely to these responses. Number four is phone distractions. Of course, I've shared a bit of that. Phone distractions affects our regimen. When you say, okay, you want to do this so time, that time is the, you now say, okay, let me even check something in my phone. And that is it. You get distracted. So most times I tell people, when you want to do something very serious, take your phone away, put it on silent, keep it aside. Otherwise, one beep can take the whole time. Yes, one beep. Oh, let me see that message. Ah, it's bank alert. Why did they debit me? I don't like this. It affects your mood, it affects your engagement, and that is it. Regimen. All right. So number four is five is no accountability. When your life also lack accountability, it becomes difficult for you to practice regimen. Lack of accountability. Lack of accountability in GPR, you know that one of the compulsory things you do is accountability partnership. So if you don't have an accountability partner already, you're in trouble. You won't enjoy what you are doing because you need somebody to cheer you and to check on you and all of that. So bridgement can only work with accountability. So you must learn to build accountability system in what you are you are doing. So what are the solutions to build consistency? How do you build consistency? So let me talk about that just very quickly. How do you build consistency? Number one, start small and grow gradually. You want to build consistency in your reading, in your prayers, in your organizing, in your visualization, in your grasp, in your affirmation, in your acts of kindness, in your meditation. Start small and grow gradually. Don't give yourself targets that are too big. Just make sure you start and grow gradually. So if you are not used to praying 30 minutes, you want to force yourself to start with that timetable I showed you, you're going to suffer. And if you are used to praying more on fire on, but make sure that whatever area you want to build consistency in, you must learn to start small and grow gradually. One of the biggest problem with um, inconsistency, one of the things that sponsor inconsistency is the way people start. Sometimes you start some stuffs with very big expectation. 2 days you have gassed out. Start small and grow gradually. Number two, set alarms and reminders. Technology are there to help us as a leverage. So most times you don't even use alarm. Most times you don't use reminder. So as little as, even you don't only use alarm to wake up. No, you don't use alarm to wake up. There are times that are alarm driven. So those most important times in your day, put alarm to it because you never can tell. Put alarm to it. You never can tell what can come into that time. You don't have exclusive rights to your time, exclusive ownership to your time. So set alarm and set reminders. You don't use alarm and reminders only when you are sleeping. You need it for life engagement. Number three, use habit tracker. It's also an application. Just go on Play Store and check for habit tracker. If you want to build a particular habit and break some habits, you can use habit tracker. That has a way of also improving and ensuring that you stay consistent. We have a course in School of the Essence. It's called BCD. BCD is Behavioral Change Dynamics and Development. That course is a course that helps you change your behavior, the way you behave. Now, it must not be negative, what's it called, vices. Now, it must not be vices, just behavior, your behavioral pattern. You see that this behavior is not going to make me excellent, and you want to influence it or impact on it. What do you need to do? You need to use your GPR, use your BCD, behavioral change dynamics, and then you improve on it. It's a course in School of the Essence. Okay. And then number four is you find an accountability partner. Again, consistency is not possible without accountability partner. It's not possible. If you want to be consistent in anything, your studies, your works, your prayers, your personal life, anything you are doing, and you want to maintain a consistency, get an accountability partner. If you don't have somebody who is holding you accountable, your consistency will drag, because sometimes you will not feel like doing it. That's the truth. Sometimes you will not feel like doing it. Okay. All right. So what is the commitment? What's our commitment challenge? Let's just look at that very quickly. Build a daily regimen. That's the first thing you need to do. Build a daily regimen. So when you have regimented all your GPR, for instance, and other things you want to do, then number two, you share it with a peer. Get somebody who you know is as smart as you are and can be very, very tough. To tell the person, hey, don't pity me. You have to be hard on me on this. This is my regimen, and I need you to please hold me accountable, hold me by my hand, and let me achieve this. You set your own self, and both of you exchange and keep yourself in touch, right? And those of you who are doing accountability, share it with your accountability partners. Regiment your GPR and share it with them so that they can even go further to track you based on those things. Yeah, to track you based on those time. Then commit to 21 days of consistency. That's the third thing. Commit to 21 days of consistency in building habits, forming habits. Habits are built in 21 days, right? In 21 days. After 21 days, it masters you. That's why me, I'm surprised that some of you are doing 3 months, 4 months in GPR. It's still difficult. It's because you've not regimented it. That's the reason. So number four, journal your growth. So every day, take stock and write about your growth. Those journaling is a motivation pill. It has a way of keeping you motivated to engage. So this is your commitment challenge. Screenshot it and practice it. Your assignment is here. Screenshot it and practice it. In your assignment, you're going to build your daily regimen. You will build it. And then number two question is that, have you shared it with a peer? If yes, who is your peer? Who is the peer? So you write the name of the person. Then your commitment to 21 days is a tracker. You develop your tracker. Every day you tick it in your notes. You tick it in your notes. And then your journaling is a tracker. You tick it to your notes. See, this is how to grow. Let me tell you, growth is not accidental. Growth is incidental. Nobody grows accidentally. Everybody that grow incidentally. All right. So I need us to understand that why we keep making efforts to grow and to build and to develop. Welcome to School of DSS. I'm sure somebody is fired up to do super amazing stuff while you live here. Now, there are some things I need you to think about. Number one, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. You don't rise to the level of your goal. Most people set goals and all of that, and they're expected to rise to that level. No, you don't rise to the level of your goal. You rather fall down to the level of your system. So if you have high goals and low system, instead of rising, you'll be falling. Yes. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, is the one that made that statement. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So when you do goal setting, and you don't have system to actualize those goal setting, instead of rising, you'll be falling. Yeah. This is the reason why most people fall. They fall simply because their system is low. But if your system is high, you rise high. You see that now. So I need you to see how these things work. Regimen, personal development, this is how it works. For everything you have set as a goal, you must set a system that is high too, because every goal is high. So, but this is what people do. They set high goals and they don't set systems at all. So if you don't set systems that matches up your high goal, you are going to fall because you don't have a system that actualizes the goal. So this is my counsel. When you set high goals, set high system so that when you want to attain, you attain high, because it is your system that becomes the vehicle to actualizing the goal. So if your goal is up and the vehicle is going down, where will you get to? You will go down. If your goal is high there and your system is low there, and you enter the vehicle, which is your system, where will your system take you to? Low there. So take your goal high, take your system high. By so doing, you will definitely go up. So you don't rise to the level of your goal, you fall to the level of your system. Also, think about this number two. Make your routine serve your future. Make your routine serve your future. See, your future is at the mercy of your routine. So if your routine does not serve your future today, then you can't get to that future tomorrow. So you must allow your routine, the things you do daily, let them become the servants of your future. The things you want to see in your future can be traced in your routine. So let your routine serve your future. For instance, you want to speak with so much information in the future. What do you need to attain that height? You need to read, you need to study, you need research, you need to think, to meditate, you need to write daily. So if you don't have that kind of a routine, when the future comes, you can't speak as a knowledgeable individual or a high value individual. Mhm. You want to be a multi millionaire by business transaction, importation, exportation, and today you are not into buying and selling. You are not studying import and export law policies, uh, all of that. That provided you don't have that routine, that future will not break out for you. So the future you desire, what routine is serving that future? You must look for your routine that will serve that future and enslave that routine today so that tomorrow you can enter the future. So make your routine serve your future. And then the third thing I need you to think about is that the power to change your life is in your daily discipline. You want to change your life, look at your daily discipline. The power to change your life is in your daily discipline. So if you take your daily discipline serious, you are changing your life. Most people want to change their life, want to change my life, want to change, and then they are not disciplined daily. You can't change your life. It doesn't happen by luck. It doesn't happen by chance. It happens intentionally. So life is not accidental. Life is incidental. It's incidental. Whatever you put in is what you take out of life. So the power to change your life is in your daily discipline. When I see somebody who is going somewhere, I ask the person, I check the set of discipline. I don't even ask. I don't engage you first. I check your discipline. If your discipline is carelessness, you're just sleeping around, just lying down, just pressing phone, I already know where you arrive. You won't arrive at any place valuable. At best, you'll become third class citizen, average, mediocre. But when you see somebody who is going somewhere, the way they think, the way they talk, the way they read, the way they research, you just know that this person is exceptional. Is exceptional. So I need us to pay attention to our daily discipline because they form what we become in life on the long run. It's a very simple night today. So what next? What next? Take your GPR system very seriously. Take it seriously and be intentional. You can become the global leader. You can become a global business person. You can become a global career person if only you know how to pay the price for the future that you desire. Our future is bright, but what we put into the level of light we put into today will show how bright the future is. I want to tell you the truth. Life is worth living and living once. You won't have this time again. If you blow it off, it's gone. You're not going to have it again. So I'm calling us into that place where we are intentional and deliberate with our lives, where we understand that we are designed for greatness, where we know that for those greatness to come to pass, then we must put in the work, where we are in deliberate with the work that we put in so our worth can align. So nobody is born a second class citizen. As a matter of fact, you don't have an excuse not to become great. So what next? Take your GPR compass very seriously. Check, be a ritualist indeed, and follow the trajectory. So I'm going to entertain a few questions before we um, shut down tonight. If you have a question, the format is you're going to raise your hand. Whatever question, life question, relationship, whatever business question, whatever it is, you're going to raise up your hand and then you'll be asked to unmute and ask your question. And if you're in a noisy environment, you can use your chat and ask your question. We are not going to be staying up till 10 p.m. any longer. We're trying to readjust our time. 8 on the dot, we've started our classes. Because 9:30, 9:45, we're shutting it. So we're trying to really redefine our time so that um, the team can have quality time at the end of the class to also foster some other things. All right. So who have a question?